Alright guys, this is going to be the tutorial for SKYLINE. Now I'm going to break it down into two different segments. The first segment is the packets moving, and then the second segment is the toss. Since the second segment is harder to do, I'm going to teach you guys that first. So let's get into it. In order to do the toss, hold about roughly 3 cards in your right hand, if you're right-handed that is. Ideally like this. Position your fingers, your middle finger here, your ring finger and your pinky finger to grab the bottom packet. In order to do the toss, you got to get into this position. So right now, if you're a right-handed person, you have a card that's stuck between your thumb and index finger, and the other card between your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. What you're going to try to do is grab the bottom packet, this packet, up to the top. Just like that. Let's try that again. So once it's at the top, all you're going to do is take your index finger, put it on top of the top packet, and rotate your hands. You're trying to get into a position where your middle finger can act like the pivot point. So now you're here. And at this point, your index finger stays on top, middle finger stays here, and all you're going to do is just toss the packet up, and it's going to rotate towards your body. Just like so. Of course, over practice, you will be able to get more spins. Let's try that one more time. Get into this position. The bottom packet is held by your pinky, ring finger, middle finger. The top packet is held by your thumb, index finger. All you're going to try to do is move your middle finger on the sides so you can grab the bottom packet and bring it up to the top. So now it's at the top. Now you move your index finger to the center of the top packet, rotate your hands. So now the top card is going to pivot around, just like so. And of course, over time, as you practice more and more, you'll be able to get the spins down better. So the first segment of SKYLINE is where the packets are moving. The move itself was inspired by Darren Yu's Squeeze Cut and Madonna by Dan and Dave. Now, in order to start the move, you're going to get into a Z grip like so. I'm right-handed, so my right hand is going to move towards my body and my left hand is going to move away from my body, like this. Once you get into this position, you're going to take this packet, you're going to touch it with your left pinky and separate the bottom card from it, like so. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to rotate this packet and you're going to take off another card using your thumb. So now what it looks like is that you have almost like a square made out of 5 packets because this packet is free moving. You're going to take your right middle finger and pinky finger to grab this packet to start the flare. Now the flare is basically going to look like so. Even though not much is happening, you give the illusion that a lot is happening over there. So you get into this position, you're going to grab this packet, and all you're going to do is move outward. It's almost like doing a display. And with your left hand, the bottom 2 packet goes into a scissors cut position. So you flare, scissors cut, drop that packet, and you come back. Now you're going to rotate this packet around your left thumb, like so, and you're gonna get into the position for doing the toss. Now, as I told you earlier how to do the toss, you get into the position. Now you're gonna use your left middle finger to push this card up so it gets right by the pivot point. Once you get into the position to do the toss, remember you're using your left middle finger to help you bring the card up to the pivot position. You do the toss, you catch. If you want to do a very normal closer, you're going to take your left thumb, take this packet, flip it on top like so, take this packet using your right hand and just drop it on top. And that's the end of SKYLINE.